Hey y'all, so a couple things on today's video. I am getting some trellises that I ordered off Amazon, set up and ready to go. I'll show you guys that process and I will link below the trellises that I purchased. I initially wanted some trellises from gardeners, but the expense was way more to go with the gardeners, and we're just trying to save some money here and there because we've got so many inside renovations going on and things like that. So I'll show you guys those. I'll show you the process of putting them together. I'll show you what they look like when they are put together, and then we finally got the poles for the other hanging baskets, so we're gonna get those drilled. We're gonna get, I don't know if we'll get them put up today, but we'll try. And then I want to show you guys some things that have opened up, specifically the roses, because I did have a couple questions in the last video on the color of the buds versus what color the actual flowers would be, because they were actually pretty different and some of them didn't turn out as to the color that I thought they would be. But I'll show you guys anyways, and they're still very beautiful. So yeah, I think that's it. So I'll show you the trellises, I'll show you the process of drilling the poles, and we'll go from there. Oh, and another thing is I just dropped my mom off at the airport, and she was here in town for an early Mother's Day weekend because I won't be able to see her next weekend. And then she brought a foster kitten that I recorded some of that on Thursday when I picked her up from the airport. So I'll put it in this video as well because the kitten's super cute and something you might want to see. So let's just get started. Okay, so here are the two poles. They're exactly like the last pole that we hung back in the raised bed area, that we set back in the raised bed area. So we're gonna get these two at least drilled today with the hanging basket hangers. So we had two more of these guys made, and he's just gonna mark the holes here. And then down here we have some caps for them. And then once we get the holes drilled and everything, we'll get them painted. And I'm not sure exactly where I want these set yet. I'm thinking one may go over here, and the other one I'm not sure, because honestly I wasn't expecting to get another pole, and the guy that gets them for us just said, hey, I can only buy them in one length. So and I don't have anybody else that needs one, so how about, you know, we just divide it in half and then you can have two poles. And I said, well, I don't have a hanger, and he said, well, we can make you one of those. So Tommy's gonna get these set and drilled. I only have two other hanging baskets right now, so I will need to go get a couple extra hanging baskets. And then we maybe later can decide where exactly we're gonna put the third pole, but I'm pretty certain that I want one right here. There is an opening back here in the trees, so I'll be able to plant some full sun stuff there, so that'll work out perfect, and it'll kind of fill in this space back here that we have a void in. And then I don't know, the next one will be to be determined. All right, so Tommy's hand was in the way just a second ago, but here are the 4 holes. They correlate directly with the 4 holes of the actual hanger. We only do the top bracket, and he'll drill holes straight through exactly where those white spots are, all the way to the other side, because we will mount another hanging basket on that side as well. So we don't need 8 screws. We just do the top portion because it's more than enough with how heavy duty these hangers are and how heavy duty the poles are. So we'll get those drilled, and I will show you guys the process of at least how we do it. So really simple process. He's gonna drill through this first section right here, and then we'll try to line them up exactly on the other side. Okay, and then he's just gonna use his drill, make sure all these holes line up, and use this drill to drill directly through the other side. All right, so the bolts are through. They go all the way through to this side, and then Tommy will just put the other hanger on this side, and he will bolt it in with a washer, and then he'll just cut the excess off. And we'll also paint those black. We need to paint the whole pole. So that is pretty much the gist of it. It really is that simple. The hardest part is kind of getting your hands on the poles and getting the hangers made. So somebody actually did ask how big my hangers are, and I think they're 28 inches. So they're fairly large, and that's why we needed these custom hangers that you see right there. Everybody's outside with us today except for our golden retriever. It's about 90 degrees outside today, and it's really humid from all the rain we got last week. So he is right there inside. Oh, hi buddy. He just gets too hot out here. He is, as many of you guys probably know, he's 14 years and almost 8 months old. So he just can't get too hot. So we stick him inside. He was out here earlier. Rich, hi buddy. And this is Richard. He is our 10-year-old blind dachshund. And he can't possibly get too hot. He is always sunbathing, and 90 degrees is perfect for him. Okay, so this is the trellis that I ordered off Amazon last week. I put this one together earlier this week just to see how difficult it was to put together. It's really not difficult. There are a lot of pieces though, and quite a few screws. So I haven't gotten all the way tightened up yet. Also, I didn't realize that it was dark green. I wanted it to be black, but this will do. We'll just spray paint it and we will use it, and we'll see how many years of use we get out of this, and we'll see if it was worth the $19.99 instead of the $79.99. So let's just go ahead and get this one tightened up and get it all ready to go, and then we'll put the other one together down there that's in that box, and I'll show you guys the process. So the only thing that you have to do once you get these actually assembled, because there's multiple pieces, like this piece and this piece are two different pieces, and this piece and this piece are two different pieces. Basically, it's just a whole bunch of little pieces that you have to put together, but it's a really simple assembly. You can see there that it's just a washer with a Phillips head screw. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to tighten all of those and get it really sturdy, and then we'll start on the next one. Okay, so got it all tightened up. It doesn't really look level, but it's on a rock that isn't perfectly level. So, I mean, overall for 20 bucks, I think it's definitely gonna do the job. I wish I didn't have to paint it. And like I said, that was my fault. I didn't realize that it was dark green before I purchased it, and it came in and I'd already opened the box. So I thought, what the heck, we'll still go ahead and use it and we'll just spray paint it. That's my trick to a lot of things like pots that aren't the right color and things like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this other trellis out of the box. We'll get all the pieces organized. We will take a look at the directions and we will get started on that one. Okay, so these are all the pieces and parts here. And this is actually the topper. It's pretty simple. It's just round. I'm not sure like if you're supposed to stick something on this piece or what. I'll probably end up just having Tommy cut it off, but I don't like anything that is too elaborate. I like very simple things when it comes to arches and trellises and things like that. And then here are the screws. And like I said, it's a lot of pieces, but again, this is a $20 trellis and it's really, really easy to put together. You just actually have to put it together. So let's just go ahead and get started on piecing it together.
What'd they do? Did they go firehouse or anything?
I don't know. He didn't say. Okay, so now those are assembled and I will get the arch pieces assembled as well. Okay, so these are both of the trellises, and honestly for 20 bucks, I think they're pretty good. I'm going to spray paint these a matte black. You can see I've already test sprayed a little area over here. These probably will have to be touched up at some point, but really, I'm overall pretty happy with them. So I'll get them painted and then we'll get them in the ground and we'll get the clematis started on these trellises. I should also mention, these are from Amazon. Like I said, I will put the link below, but these are 6.3 feet trellises. So kind of an odd size. I don't know why they're 6 foot 3 inches, but that is what they are. Okay, so I pretty much got this one done. I need to do the 4 legs of the base, but I need to get some cardboard out to do that. I'll probably break that cardboard box over there and put it underneath so I can spray those. But I'm going to send the next little bit of video into fast forward so we can knock this out. Okay, so got both of the trellises almost done. This one needs a couple more touch-ups on paint, but I ran out. I had 2 half cans and that wasn't quite enough. You can see right here just a little bit, that you can still see a little bit of the green. So we'll go ahead and get the clematis trailing on this one over here that's completely finished. And then when I go to Lowe's or Home Depot in the next week, I'll grab another spray paint can for this one and finish that one up. But let's just go ahead and get the clematis on this. So I've got the trellis in place and you can see the clematis right here. And it was growing on an old dead bush. So what I was doing down there was getting that all untangled from that bush. But now I just kind of need to get it unmatted from itself. And then I will start trailing it up this trellis. You can see here that I've started to get this vine going up the trellis. I needed to stop and go get some landscaping ties. So I'll be securing it up the trellis with the landscaping ties. I did have a few of the pieces of vine break off. I let it get to the point where it was growing up the old stump and down and trying to come back up. So trying to maneuver it was a little bit difficult, but I've just decided I need to get it up on this trellis. So whatever we lose in this process will just be clipped off. And then once it gets clipped off, clematis is a fast grower, so it'll be up this trellis in no time. Okay, so I've got started what's left of it. You can see down here at the base. I need to clip all of this junk off, but yeah, just started training it to go up the trellis, and as it grows, I will train it. And like I mentioned, it'll grow pretty fast, so I expect it to be near the top of this trellis relatively quickly. This is a Henry clematis, for those of you that will ask. The blooms are absolutely huge. This one's a little bit beaten and tattered, but you can see that it is almost the size of my hand, if not the size of my hand. And it's a pure white bloom. It's very pretty. I didn't have clematis at our last house down the street, but our house before that, I did have clematis, and I absolutely loved it. It's so pretty, and it's such an easy plant. It does like to have its base covered, so down there at the base, this plant will be protecting it, and it doesn't get a whole lot of harsh afternoon sun down at its base because of the arborvitae there, so I think it should do really well right here. Okay, and here is the other clematis that I got the other trellis for. I've had this clematis sitting here for about 2 months. It really needs to get planted into the ground and get working its way up a trellis. So as soon as I have time to go by and get more paint this week, I will finish touching that up, and then I will get this in the ground as well as the other trellis. And I'm very much looking forward to getting these off of these pots. Tommy's finished drilling the holes to hang both of the hangers. So in total, he drilled 2 poles and we hung 4 hangers. And I don't have another set of baskets that match these perfectly. So I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm actually, after this video, probably going to get online and see what I can find. I believe these are 28 inches. And so I would like to have something identical or as close as possible so that it's not noticeable. And honestly, it won't be too noticeable once the Dichondra silver falls, which is this plant for those of you that may not know. Once it trails over in the summertime, it trails over and you can't see the basket at all, and it's almost typically to the ground from an 8 to 10 foot pole. So I'm excited to get those hung. I don't think we're going to get around to setting those posts today, but I definitely will obviously put that in a video. But mostly this video was just to show you guys these trellises, and I'll keep you guys posted on how I think they do. Honestly, once they got tightened up and once I painted them black, I liked them a lot better than the initial one that I put together. I think it was on Thursday. So, I mean, I think for the price, they're gonna work, but I will keep you posted. Always hunting. But I really wanted to show you guys a couple of more things on this video. Look how pretty these Hawaiian coral peonies are. So pretty. But the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is the roses. So the roses, I'm a little bit disappointed in the roses. I'm going to keep them because I think they're pretty, and I purchased these for cut flowers anyways. But these are the roses. Maybe a tiny hint of pink on the edges, tiny. They are pretty much orange. So this is what the tag showed. State of Grace, grandiflora, and it showed a lot more pink on the edges. So again, I'll keep these because these are perfect for cut flowers. Single flower, single stem. These have not bloomed yet. This isn't all dressed up. It's also a grandiflora. We're close, but we're not there yet. And then the Celestial Night Floribunda. I'm so excited about this one. So I was worried about this one as well when I saw the initial color of the blooms, but this is like the prettiest. Let me see if I can get the prettiest, like deep magenta. I absolutely love it. It is so pretty. I cannot wait for this rose. This is going to be the perfect cut flower, even though it's a floribunda and not, you know, ideal for cut flower arrangements just because it has multiple blooms down to one stem. It will still work just fine nonetheless. But yeah, that is kind of the overview of what we have going on at the moment. So right now, as you can see, I'm in my car and I'm at the airport and I'm waiting to pick up my mom. So my mom came in town for a couple reasons. Number one, she wanted to see some of the updates that we've made to our house. And number two, she has a little foster kitten that's found its forever home here in Oklahoma City. So a little bit of background, my mom down where she lives, down near San Antonio, is kind of the foster kitten lady basically, and people will find cats and kittens in need and they will text her and ask if she will take them, and she will get the vetting care that they need if they need it, or if they're perfectly healthy and just looking for a home, she'll foster them until she can find them a home. So about a week ago, a lady brought 2 little orange kittens to my mom and asked if she would help, and of course my mom said yes. And one of the little orange kittens found a home near San Antonio, but the other one was looking for a home still. So my mom had texted me and said, hey, do you know anybody that's looking for a kitten? And I said, actually, I might. And I texted a girl that I work with because she had just lost her cat of about 15 years, about 3 or 4 months ago. And so I just messaged her a picture of the kitten. And I said, hey, my mom's fostering this kitten and she's looking for a home for it. Would you be interested? And she said, oh my gosh, yes, I've been looking for a little orange kitten in the Humane Society and some of the other adoption agencies. And she said, I haven't been able to find the one, but this is it. And so the little kitten has found its permanent home here with somebody that I know. And so my mom's also here to bring the kitten. And so as soon as my mom lands, which should be here shortly, I will show you guys a video of the kitten because it's so cute. So. He's so cute. How old do you think he is?
He's 8 or 9 weeks.
Oh boy, he's been in that bag for a while.
He's like, get me
Hi.
out of here.
Come here.
I don't think I think everything's good.
Hi.
Tucker's just lurking.
I know. All right, you guys, so that is all we have for today. I have found myself a permanent seat here in the shade on the couch. It is so hot outside. It's about 90 degrees and it's really humid. We had rain pretty much, I think, every day but one day last week. And so it's really muggy outside. I'm super thankful for the rain. And I think we're actually supposed to get some more rain pretty much all of next week as well. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And thank you guys so much for watching.